You ever wonder how that one ad seems to follow you everywhere you go online? Well, it's not magic, it's actually a playbook. And today, we're going to open it up and see exactly how it works.
From the news you're reading to the products you're buying, almost everything you do online is shaped by these really powerful tools. They're the core building blocks of digital marketing, and they're how brands connect with all of us. We're going to break down each one.
Okay, so here's the plan. First, we'll talk about why any of this even matters. Then we'll get into the fun stuff, how brands can earn our attention for free, how they connect with their communities, and how they drive direct action. And at the end, we'll see how it all fits together into one complete system. So let's start with the big picture. Why does this matter now more than ever? Well, it's pretty simple, really. Our eyeballs moved. Think about it. We're not glued to the TV or reading newspapers like we used to be. Nope. We're on our phones, we're on our laptops, and smart businesses, they've followed us right there. So what is digital marketing, really? At its core, it's just promoting a product or service using the internet. On platforms we all use every day, like Google, YouTube, and Instagram. That Google search you just did? Yep. The last Instagram post you liked? That too. The YouTube video you watched this morning? You guessed it. It's all part of the digital marketing world. All right, let's dive into our first set of strategies. This section is all about earning attention, for free. Now, these aren't about quick wins or instant results. No, this is about playing the long game. It's all about building trust and authority over time without paying a single cent for ads. It's about earning attention, not just buying it. And first up, we have the absolute powerhouse of long-term growth. I'm talking about search engine optimization, or as you've probably heard it called, SEO.
So what is SEO? It's the art and science of improving a website so it shows up at the very top of Google search results for what people are looking for. This is what we call organic or free traffic, because you're not paying for that spot. You've earned it by having the best answer. It's a serious, long-term investment, but wow, does it pay off.
Here's a really great way to think about it. You could think of SEO like an exam. Google is the teacher, and it wants to show the best possible answer to its students. That's us, the searchers. So the websites with the clearest, most helpful answers, they get the A+. They land on the front page. It's really that simple. Okay, so sticking with that idea of being helpful, let's talk about the next piece of the puzzle, content marketing. The whole idea here is to build trust by helping, not just constantly selling. It's a total mindset shift. And here's the core idea, the absolute heart of it. Education leads to trust, and that trust is what leads to customers choosing your product. See, helping is not selling. When a brand creates really useful content, blog posts, videos, guides that actually teach you something, they build a ton of trust. So when it's time for you to buy something, who are we going to choose? Probably the brand that's been helping you out all along, right? Okay, so earning trust is awesome, it's fundamental, but you also have to be where the people are. So now let's pivot and look at the tools that are all about connecting with your community, marketing where people actually live online. And where do people live online? Well, of course, we're talking about social media. This is where brands can join the conversation on platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Think about it. With billions of us scrolling through these apps every single day, it's a huge opportunity for brands to be part of our world. But here's something really important to understand. The main goal here usually isn't about making an instant sale. It's about brand awareness. It's about creating engaging content that builds a following and trust over time. So, for example, think of a food brand that posts these short, super helpful recipe videos. You might not run out and buy their pasta sauce right that second, but you start to recognize them. You start to trust them, and that pays off big time down the road. And a really interesting strategy related to that is influencer marketing. This is where a brand basically leverages the power of already trusted voices. They team up with popular creators who've already done the hard work of building a loyal community. And the reason this works so well comes down to one simple, powerful thing: trust. Think about it. People trust recommendations from their favorite creators way more than they trust a traditional ad. It just feels different, right? It feels more like getting advice from a friend you actually like and respect. Okay, so everything we've talked about so far, SEO, content, community building, that's all about playing the long game. It takes time. But what if you need results fast, like right now? Well, that's where this next section comes in. We're going to talk about driving direct action. These are the strategies you use when you need quick results. They're all about speed and getting immediate, measurable actions. Things like clicks, signups, and sales. And this is where pay-per-click advertising, or PPC, comes into play. It is without a doubt the fastest way to get your website to the top of Google or to show up in someone's social media feed. But there's a catch, and it's a big one. You have to pay for every single click.
All right, another really direct channel is email marketing. And I know, email might seem a little old school in the age of TikTok, but listen, it is one of the highest converting methods available, period. And why is that? Because you're talking directly to people who have already raised their hand and said, yes, I'm interested. They've given you permission to be in their inbox.
And the last one in this group is affiliate marketing. The way it works is actually pretty straightforward. Step 1, you watch a review video from a creator you like and you click their special link in the description. Step 2, you land on the shopping page. Step 3, you buy the product. And step 4, the creator earns a commission from that sale. It's a total win-win.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground, right? We've looked at all these different tools and tactics. But the real magic, the secret sauce, happens when you stop thinking about them as separate things. The goal is to build a complete marketing system where everything works together.
And you can see the main trade-off really clearly when you compare SEO and PPC. On one hand, SEO is all about long-term growth. It's building an asset that brings in free, organic traffic over time. On the other hand, you have PPC, which gets you fast, instant results through paid traffic. You could say one builds you an asset, while the other just rents you attention.
Yeah, so some methods are free, and they build that long-term growth we talked about. And then others are paid, and they deliver those fast results you sometimes need. A really good strategy doesn't pick one side. It uses a smart mix of both to get the best of both worlds. Because at the end of the day, the goal is to create one complete system where every single channel works together. You're trying to guide people on their journey with a business. Maybe someone discovers a brand through a Google search, then they follow them on Instagram, get a ton of value from their helpful content, and then, finally, they make a purchase because of an email they received. See? Every single piece has a role to play.
So there you have it. That's the playbook. You now know the strategies, their strengths, and how they all connect to build something much bigger. Which leaves just one question. Now that you know the playbook, what's the right mix for your big idea?